Hey everybody, Nintendo Hodge, back with another Road to 600 NES video. Happy New Year, happy belated Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody had a good time celebrating with the family and friends, staying safe and relaxing. My wife and I just chatted on how much we find that the time between Christmas and New Year's or New Year is great for just kind of chilling and literally shutting your brain off and doing nothing. We love that time period. So, yeah, I got a bunch of NES stuff for Christmas. It was awesome. And we're going to go through all the new ads. So, this video we will be adding from number 353 to 364. Already past 350 mark, which is awesome. And it won't be long before we hit 400, I'm sure. So this first one was actually before Christmas. So for the month of December, I decided, okay, I'm not buying anything because I know I'm going to be getting some stuff for Christmas. And so I did not buy a single NES game up until after Christmas because I got a couple Boxing Day deals here. But I did enter what they call wheels. Basically, it's like gambling, basically. And you pay X amount of dollars and you get into a draw, and there's a chance you can win a game. And I don't do these very often, but I ended up putting $40 into this, and I actually won, which was kind of cool. So for $40, I got myself a copy of Rockin' Cats. Hopefully that focuses there, and it's in pretty decent shape. For $40 for a copy of Rockin' Cats, that's amazing. Like I said, I don't normally do the old gamble thing for these types of games, but when it was a smaller wheel where it didn't cost as much money, I didn't mind doing it. Yeah, so Rockin' Cats in the collection. This is number 353. Definitely a high-end, really good game. It's a lot of fun. Good quality, expensive game. And if you follow me on my social media, of course, you would have already seen these. But I had these 8 games wrapped up under the Christmas tree. Each individual wrap game was kind of cool. I kind of had an idea I would get a few of these. I wasn't sure which ones. But from my wife and kids for Christmas, I got the following games, and these are number 354 through 361. Tag Team Wrestling, not a very good game. Pro Wrestling, another black box game. Again, not a very good game. Cybernoid. This had potential. The difficulty is very high, in my opinion. Your little spaceship kind of going through this area, but you have to be so precise because this one-shot kills. I don't know. I think this had potential, a claim game, but I didn't really enjoy it. We now have Robocop 2. So I have Robocop 1 and Robocop 2. I think number 1's better than number 2, but this one was still decent. It plays very similar. Getting into some of the better games, we have Guerilla War, fun 2-player, basically vertical shooter, I guess you would say. Thought this one was a lot of fun. We have Prince of Persia, which I believe is a PC port. There's been so many iterations of Prince of Persia from back in PCs all the way up to current gen stuff. Like I know there was some on the Wii, the Xbox, and the PS3, I believe was probably the last one. This one here, I love that cover art. I think that's really cool. It's basically a timed game, and you have X amount of time to get through the levels, all of the levels. But it's like you die, you go back to the beginning, and it's trial and error. I don't like that, but I do like what they were trying to do with this game. The movement's really cool. Yeah, Prince of Persia. Underrated platformer in my opinion, and John Riggs actually literally talked about this in this last video that I saw, and that is Tom and Jerry. I remember growing up watching Tom and Jerry, and the only gripe I have against this is that the levels are very long, and we will thank Zaya, Z-I-A-H, Zaya, for his or her copy of Tom and Jerry. And then the last one, I have more experience with the original, but the sequel is supposed to be just as good, and that is G.I. Joe, The Atlantis Factor. I prefer the original, but this one's still a lot of fun. Had tons of fun playing with the G.I. Joe games and the toys back in the day. So those ones were all my Christmas gifts. I have 3 more. So these are 362 to 364. And these were my Boxing Day pickups. One of my favorite I'll say baseball games on the NES now. Bad News Baseball. I really enjoyed this one. A lot of fun with the animations and even the play style. I really enjoyed this one. Oh yeah, Bad News Baseball. Not the best game in the world, but we got Al Unser Jr.'s Turbo Racing. So these were picked up Boxing Day at my local thrift store. They actually messaged me because I have them with my number to reach out to me when they get retro games in, and he called me like, I think it was like 5 days before Christmas. I'm like, okay, I'll be in probably Boxing Day-ish sometime after there. I didn't break my rule. These were purchased after Christmas. And then the last one is Dragon Power. I don't know much about this one. From what I played, it's pretty cool. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. You're a sprite going through the levels, fighting. Yeah, I don't know. It's one I've never really had any experience with. It's okay. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up in the Pat the NES book yet to see what their rating gives it, but yeah, it's okay. All right, here we go. Obligatory game stack for showing off what we got here. It was a blast. It was an awesome Christmas. Really happy to add that one in. Rockin' Cats for a steal of a deal, $40. That's awesome. Adding these all in. So as I said, I am now sitting at 364 NES games on the road to 600. It's been a wild ride, and I'm very excited to see what 2022 brings. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll see everybody in the next video.